Yeah, a lot of us mostly using our mind to talk to ourselves, and this is kind of a separate endeavor. If we were to say the words relax to ourselves, it might work. And if we were to imagine like a balloon deflating and then imagine ourselves as the balloon, none of that would require any words at all spoken to ourselves. We could just simply picture the balloon and imagine it, and as we exhale, it's deflating. That's kind of an example of sensory-oriented thinking apart from language. And I think that there's a lot of bounty there we could really clean up, using our mind in a way where it's not speaking words, which are symbols for the thing, but going to the primary thing itself. So that if you want to extend your spine, okay, what I need to do is first flex myself really good so I have a starting position. You don't need to do that. You can just simply imagine your spine as a visual and have the neural impulses carry you. And as you look to refine your movement, maybe your coach will give you cues. Ultimately, these are going to be wired in sensory, in a direct sensory manner anyway. So the cue to expand your rib cage might be organized together in your mind with the feeling of expanding your rib cage. Later on, that feeling might dominate, and it might become almost like something of its own, to where you can transpose that thing onto your pelvis, or maybe onto the hollow spaces in your ankles. That's the benefit, I believe, of using this geometric type of thinking in relation to our sensory thinking. And shout out to George Leoniak, who had told me he was doing that as a tracker, that following animals in the woods, he would use his own kind of body and sensory, like imagination, transpose the tracks that he was looking at, look at his own weight ratio, and be able to come up with a rough estimate of the animal's size and what might have occurred in this location without really using much words to himself. He could then go into words and say, I think this is what happened. But the whole scene can be analyzed before that. And that is one of the great benefits of training geometrically, which generally is done with the compass and straight edge. Training geometrically for your mind to think in points and lines and these kind of shapes, force vectors that can equalize and change, deviate segments. It gives your mind more resources to think visually and even spatially. You could feel yourself almost travel along a geometric figure if you were to project your attention along it. And again, training geometrically in that way, it would probably not be long before you started to do the same sort of thing along your body, maybe when you're just laying down at rest, and you would be able to find those places where your attention can stimulate neurology. Their lines of water flow, and we're able to use these in ways that we attention. I believe we're going to see a lot healthier humans.